Now, who shall we choose is the true question. Also, it was back when we were little. Uh-oh. Whoa!
ね
Whoa!
え、さきちゃん、これから行くところってどんなところなの？
Uh,
晴れてるとすごい空の綺麗なところよ。
hmm.
空なんてどこにでもあるし、晴れていたらどこで見ても綺麗よ。ねえ、さきちゃん、そこには空の他にはどんなものがあるの？何もないかな。何もないってすごいわ。私たち明日から月にでも遊びに行くのかしら。
Why am I feeling sad?
そうじゃなくて、お店とかもあんまりないし、お家もそんなに近くにはなくて、山があって森があって川とか湖とか緑がたくさんあるところなの。なんだ、たくさんあるじゃない。それなのにどうして何もないなんて言うの？ごめんね。謝らなくていいのよ。だけどそれだけ素敵なものがたくさんあるのに何もないなんて言っちゃダメよ。素敵かな。ええ、お兄ちゃんとさきちゃんがいればきっと楽しいわ。それってすごく素敵よ。そうかも。トールちゃんとマヤちゃんがいればどこでも楽しいから。ええ、だからお兄ちゃんを川に落とせばもっと素敵になるわ。
Hey, whoa, don't even joke about that. That's dangerous.
ダメよ、マヤちゃん。トールちゃんが怒らないからってそんなことしたら。
Just because he doesn't get mad.
怒らないけどきっと仕返しはしてくるわ。それで3人とも川に落ちてずぶ濡れで遊ぶの。とっても楽しみだわ。
Damn, Maya knows. She reads us all like books.
私もなの？
And and she's planned it all out.
ええ、そうよ。だって私たちは3人一緒でしょ。私とお兄ちゃんだけが楽しむなんて不公平だもの。
Oh, stop saying things.
そうかも。そうなのかな。
It hurts.
他にもいろいろあるんでしょうね。虫を取ったりとかはお兄ちゃんしか楽しめなさそうだけど。
Catching bugs was never fun for me.
虫はちょっと怖いかな。
Yeah, they are. Fuck bugs.
私も虫は好きじゃないけど。だけどさきちゃんにたくさん取ってきてあげるのは楽しそうだわ。嫌だって言ってるのに。
Yeah, that's why it's fun.
好きな子には意地悪したくなるのよ。
See?
そんなの男の子じゃないんだから。あら、だけどお兄ちゃんとさきちゃんの困った顔ってとっても素敵なの。しょうがないじゃない。
That's like been apparently Maya's entire existence is just being mischievous.
よくわかんないよ。だけどあんまりお兄ちゃんと水遊びはしない方がいいかしら。どうして？きちんと水着を着てればいいけど、最近お兄ちゃんってばさきちゃんを見る目がエッチだもの。
Hey, it is not.
びしょびしょになったさきちゃんなんてお兄ちゃんどんな目で見るかしら。
Hey, don't put these ideas. Don't make her think that I'm just
何それ。そんなことないってば。そう？だってさきちゃんってば最近胸だって大きくなってきたじゃないの。羨ましいわ。マヤちゃん、ちょっと怖いよ。
as she does.
その方がメリハリが効いてきっとお兄ちゃんも飽きないわ。 メリハリってどういう意味？私間違いなく胸は大きくならないわ。なんとなくわかるの。だけど自信はあるわ。これでサキちゃんの胸が大きくなれば、ちょうど胸の大きい女の子と小さい女の子が揃うでしょ。それとトールちゃんが飽きないってどういう関係があるの？
Don't you see, Saki? Don't you see?
だってお兄ちゃんってきっと死ぬまで私とサキちゃん以外の女の子とは付き合えないわ。付き合わせないわ。
I won't let him.
だけどそれで私とサキちゃんが似てるとかわいそうだから。だったら私たち違った方がいいでしょ。トールちゃんだってもしかしたら他の女の子のこと好きになるかもしれないよ。今は学校だって違うし、大人の人がいっぱいいるところに通ってるんだし。だけど約束したもの。ほらこれ。縁日でトールちゃんに買ってもらった指輪よね。それがどうしたの？
Oh, Lord. What have I done?
私かサキちゃん以外の女の子にエッチなことを考えませんって約束させたの。それがどんな意味か分かってるのかしら。
Man, I feel like we broke that promise.
あんまりエッチなの私困るよ。
Too perverted.
だったら少しだけならいいの？
Yeah, that's what it was alluding to.
わかんないよ。ただトールちゃん相手なら他の子よりは恥ずかしくないかな。まあいいわ。おもちゃの指輪だけどお兄ちゃんがそう言ってくれたことは嬉しいし、きっとこれは大きくなってからも脅せるわ。脅すのは必要な時だけにしないとダメだってお母さんが言ってたよ。
That's the ring that's on the phone, or the thing, isn't it? Yep. That's exactly it, isn't it?
さすがね。もうどういう意味？わからないならいいわ。それでサキちゃん、明日から行く別荘って緑いっぱいの大自然以外に何かないの？
Oh.
何かって何？お父さんは釣りに行ったりしてるみたいだけど。
Oh. Well, there it is, too. I just actually noticed.
きっとうちのお父さんも好きだから一緒に行くんでしょうね。それにはあんまりついて行きたくないわ。
Don't go in the forest.
そうだね。あとはそうだ、森に子供だけで入っちゃいけないんだった。
Oh, no.
どうして？危ないからかしら。神隠しっていうのがよくあったんだって。
Wait. What? Hold on.
ふん、神隠し。その話、さきちゃんは詳しく知ってる？森にね、子供を連れて行っちゃう妖精とかそういうのがいて、帰れなくなっちゃうんだって。
Man, at this point, I'm inclined to believe that. Like, I'm inclined to believe that's actually a thing.
それじゃあただの人さらいじゃない。
Well,
そうじゃなくて、すごく綺麗なところに連れて行かれるから帰りたくなくなるって言ってた。綺麗なお花が咲いてて、お茶もお菓子もたくさんあって、遊ぶ相手がいつでもいて。
oh my god.
学校もないし眠たくもならないから、ずっとそこで遊んでいられる楽しいところ。
Almost like some sort of dream world.
だから行っちゃダメ。みんなのことを忘れて戻ってこられなくなっちゃうからって。 日本では珍しいお話かしら。だけどそれとても綺麗で楽しそうだけどおかしな話よね。そうだよね。みんなのことを忘れちゃうなんてそんなわけないのにね。そうじゃなくて、帰ってこれないならどうやって綺麗な場所だって分かったのかしら。
Oh, she's getting into this.
あれ、そういえばそうだね。それにそれだけ楽しくて悩みも何もなければ、そのうち他のことなんて忘れちゃうんじゃないかしら。忘れないよ。それにどんな場所でもトールちゃんとマヤちゃんがいないと嫌だよ。いつもお兄ちゃんが先なのよね。
Well, I mean.
何か言った？いいえ、何も。それじゃあ明日はその楽しいところに行くんだし、今日はもう寝ましょうか。マヤちゃん、手つないでていい？
You've been doing that this whole time.
ええ、いいわよ。きちんと捕まえてないと私どこか行っちゃうから。
Stop saying words that happen with foreshadowing. We silently watched Maya and Saki, unable to do anything. This was when we were kids. Saki and Maya were sleeping, holding hands in the playroom of my house. Normally, I was the one who slept holding hands with Maya, but on this day, Maya had driven me out of the playroom.
これは先輩は知らなかったことなんですよね。
Yeah, I wasn't there. In other words, this had to be Saki's dream. The only other possibility I could think of was that this was Maya's dream from when she had been alive. Or maybe a dream that had been created from my imagination. But I don't think that's... Then the scenery changed. Oh no, 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 no. There were two kids wandering through the forest. God damn it. Maya walked lightly, as though she were a fairy. Oh, stop! Sometimes she caught her foot on a root and tripped, but she always stood up again like nothing happened. And Toru, who followed after her, had an unsteady gait. He too would trip and fall before getting up again. He reached toward Maya and chased after her as she ran away, but their eyes seemed to be unfocused. Then, when they reached an open area with few trees, Maya collapsed. Oh, she fell on her back as the flowers and grass growing there gently caught her. Toru, who arrived later, also collapsed there. The two of them didn't move for a while. Naturally, I couldn't stop them even when I reached out my hand.
これもしかしなくても。
Wow, you're just laying it on real thick right now, aren't you, game? This must be what happened before we were unable to go back. I don't remember any of it. The two of us lay there, Maya looking up at the sky without a care in the world, me holding my sister's hand tightly after finally catching up to her.
覚えてないってどういうこと？
It was a kind of sleepwalking. Maya and I both had it bad, and sometimes we would go out walking at night. Did the two of us just have a strong disposition to sleepwalk? Even so, we rarely went out together. So we usually slept holding hands. The playroom also locked from the outside. Oh.
だけど旅行先だから違ってたってことかな。
So we went out there because we were sleepwalking. That's fucked. Yeah, I think Maya slipped out at night and I followed after her. When I looked closely, I could see the place we were laying was covered in beautiful flowers. It was almost like the flower garden Saki talked about, where children went and couldn't come back. It was like Maya had planned to come to this place.
先輩。
You all know what happened after this. Yeah, and it hurts. It was that dream I had. where only I was able to return, and I was no longer holding Maya's hand. Then, the scene changed again. No. Well, oh. When we woke up, Toru was in a hospital bed. Or he woke up. And he refused to accept reality. There's no way Maya could be gone. The adults and doctors all said it was because he was weakened or because he was in shock. But Toru, who had rejected this world, wasted away day by day. It was like he was sleeping even though he was awake. He had always been rather spacey and sleepy looking, so no one noticed that change at first. The first one who noticed was Saki, who had come to visit him.
Toru-chan?
Oh, this dream again? Oh. Toru murmured in front of Saki.
夢って何言ってるの?
Am I the only one crying? Dude, I don't even... It's a weird dream, isn't it, Saki? I don't know why, but I've been having this dream all the time lately. In the hospital bed, Toru gave Saki a tired smile. In this dream, they say that Maya's gone. Weird, huh? Why do I keep having a dream like that?
Toru-chan.
God, actually seeing this happen rather than just hearing about it? But this might be my first time having a reoccurring dream. Also, it's unusual for me to remember them clearly.
Toru-chan にとってこれは夢なの?
What are you saying, Saki? There's no way Maya could be gone.
だけどトールちゃん、マヤちゃんは
In the forest? I guess she's still playing. Can't be helped. I'll get worried if she doesn't come back soon, though. Toru laughed in resignation, in the way he always did. Hey, Saki, why are you crying? Stifling her sobs, Saki shook her head silently. Toru didn't understand. It was precisely because Toru didn't understand that Saki couldn't stop crying. Toru hadn't realized that Maya was probably dead, that there was almost no chance that she was alive. It had already been over a week since Toru had been found. The search was about to be called off, and everyone had given up. Sheesh, Saki, look, I'm okay, and Maya will come back soon. That's weird. If Maya were here, I think she could get you to stop crying, but I'm not used to it. You're wrong, Toru-chan. Maya-chan is gone. The adults had already told him. Toru should already know by now. Saki had been here at the time. She had seen Toru go back to sleep after hearing that, like he didn't really understand. In other words, Toru hadn't accepted it from the beginning.
ごめん、トールちゃん。
For what? Saki wanted to say. She thought she should say it, but she was unable to put to voice the words that welled up within her. Even though it would be easier to spit them out, they were stuck on the tip of her tongue. It could be said that it was Saki's fault that Maya had been spirited away. No one knew that except Saki and Maya could no longer tell anyone. So only Saki knew, but she was unable to say. Toru was tilting his head in confusion. Saki was afraid of telling Toru, who thought this world was a dream. She didn't want him to hate her. That thought was what had stopped her. Oh well. Toru lay down again in bed, leaving the sniffling Saki alone. Finally able to release his hold on reality.
トールはこの辺りの時のこと覚えてるの?
Just barely. To me, the events up until Saki slapped me awake were almost like a dream. It was like we had gone on vacation, night had fallen, and we'd gone to sleep like usual. And the next thing I knew, I was in the hospital. Saki's eyes were red from crying, and she was slapping my cheeks. That was when I finally woke up. I'm so lame. Saki wasn't next to me on the usual sofa. I sat there and looked down before trying to force a laugh, my face twitching. I couldn't raise my face. No one said anything. I wished they would get mad at me for hurting Saki and not understanding anything.
この後って私たち見たことあるよね。
Yeah, I thought I managed to break free of Maya then, but Club Prez looked annoyed, but then she gave a gentle, resigned smile.
自分でそれできると思ってたの？
I thought so, but it turned out I couldn't.
だけど、それって先輩だけのことでしょうか？
Hirosaka had a painful, sad expression on her face. She looked away from me.
あの子は先輩の妹さんを振り切れてないのはむしろ蓮野さんの方だったんじゃないでしょうか。
I think it's both.
いつも3人一緒だったんでしょ。その1人が欠けて、だけどトールが先に壊れちゃったから。だからサキちゃんは壊れられなかった。私にはそう見えるかな。
If we had both broken, then I guess things would have been easier for us.
それ本気で言ってる？
At one point I was, but not anymore. Besides, that what if no longer held any meaning. Even if I could make a dream a reality, I couldn't afford to lose that.
あの子はやり直せるって言ってたけど、あの森の後でもやり直せるんじゃないの？それこそ本気で臨めば。マイヤが消えて、トールとサキちゃんもそれに引きずられて壊れるってこと？そんなの最悪じゃない。
I know. That's why I don't want that anymore.
先輩はそうですよね。
Hirosaka?
だけど、もしかしてなんですけど。
We looked up at that dream in a haze.
蓮野さんもずっと辛かったんじゃないんですか？
Mm-hmm. It wasn't just me. As soon as Hirosaka murmured that to no one in particular, the scene changed again. Oh no. I've had enough sadness. And I was... Toru was being kissed by Saki. Oh! His face was ashen, although he hadn't lost any weight. His eyes were open but blank, so you couldn't tell what he was looking at. But he was able to notice the feel of Saki's kiss. It was a salty kiss that tasted like tears. Saki's lips slowly parted from his. Huh?
もう本当に好きだなんて言わないから。これからはずっと私の好きは妹の好きだから。
She murmured in a tiny voice, which Toru probably didn't hear. Oh, well, there you go. Then Saki slapped Toru's cheek as hard as she could. You go, girl. A dry snap rang out. Stifling her love, guilt, regrets, and everything else, Saki glared at Toru. She sucked in a breath.
いい加減にしなさい。マヤちゃんは死んだの。夜中トールちゃんと一緒に森に行って帰ってこられなかったの。
We might need a couple more slaps. Saki?
ここにはいないの。
Then I'll be with Maya. No. She's right next to me, see? She slapped him again. It was so hard that she even ended up pulling out the IV in his arm. Damn! Toru winced at the pain of the needle being pulled out.
どこにいるのよ。誰にも見えないの。トールちゃんにしか見えてないの。そんなところにマヤちゃんはいないの。
When he was awake, Toru behaved as though Maya was there. But that only had lasted for a little while. Now Toru spent almost the whole day sleeping. At this rate, he might get to the point where he never woke up. And even if he did wake up, You couldn't tell how conscious he actually was. It's my fault.
ほら、どこにいるのマヤちゃん。いるなら私を止めなさいよ。でないと大事なものを奪っちゃうんだから。
So I'll make up for everything that Toru-chan is missing. Huh?
いないの。マヤちゃんはもう死んだの。いないのが当たり前になったの。いちゃいけないの。
Maya? It's not a dream that Maya's gone? A matter of fact, that can't...
死んだの。認めてよ。いないの。
God, every time Saki's throughout this whole thing said she's dead, it still hurts. Why are you saying that?
トールちゃんがいつまでも認めないから。このままじゃマヤちゃんと同じところに行っちゃうから。
I want to go.
どうして私を置いていくの？
I'm not. You could go too.
いや、だって私はトールちゃんと一緒には行けないもの。
She would if she could, if it meant the three of them could be together again. But that was impossible. She could see the reality of what would happen if she wished for that by looking at Toru right in front of her. Saki couldn't do that. She couldn't choose that. What do I do? Toru's hand shook, his eyes filled with tears. Like he had finally realized that something terrible had happened. He finally started realizing what was going on. It can't be true that Maya's gone. It was a cruel realization, but because it was reality, he couldn't avert his eyes from it. If he did, he would vanish from reality.
私がまだいるよ。
Saki?
私が全部やる。マヤちゃんの分も全部。トールちゃんに足りないものはきちんと埋めてあげる。
Saki took Toru's trembling hands.
マヤちゃんのやってた意地悪もする。いつも一緒にいてあげる。いたずらだってする。だけど誰よりトールちゃんを大事に思ってるの。
Tears still falling. Oh, God. But if Saki acted as Maya, she wouldn't be able to protect herself like Maya had done. But Saki intended to protect Toru as Maya as well.
全部やるから。なんだってする。代わりになるから。私がトールちゃんの妹になるから。
There it is. This is when all that happened. In exchange, Saki would leave herself behind. Maya was gone. Toru's heart trembled under the strain of that truth. Unable to say anything, he just grasped Saki's hands. Is Maya really gone?
ええ、マヤちゃんがいるのは夢の世界だけ。
Blood dripped from where the TV, god damn it, the IV. Dude, my eyes are watery, so I can't even see. The IV had been pulled out. The sheets were stained a brilliant deep red. It hurts.
夢じゃないから痛いのよ。
Maya was gone. Toru had thought it was a dream. A bad dream. Even though he'd been walking in the forest holding Maya's hand. Only he had been able to leave that forest. Only I was able to come back. After that, he expected Maya to still be alive, but it was only a vague notion. The dream had been a place without the feel of Saki's hands, without the pain of blood flowing from his wrist, and where his chest didn't hurt nearly this much in sorrow. Is Maya really gone forever?
トールちゃんが見つかってからもう1週間以上経ってるから。多分。
Saki was hesitant, but she didn't know what would happen if she wasn't firm. She was afraid of what might happen, so she said it.
きっともうマヤちゃんは生きてない。
She wasn't able to say Maya was dead. But Saki couldn't allow Toru any hope that Maya might be alive. She had to tell him. That was the cold, hard truth of reality. Toru slowly started to understand. His heart wavered under the weight of the real world. He felt like it would be crushed, but somehow bore it as he squeezed Saki's hands. Maya was gone, and he's crying. Just thinking that caused him to cry out. Maya, his little sister, who had been more important to him than anyone else. God damn it. My tears. The sister he protected ever since he was born was suddenly gone. And even though he'd been closest to her when she disappeared, he didn't understand. He couldn't remember. His grip grew weak from blood loss, but still he squeezed the hand of the person in front of him. Saki squeezed back. Toru thought himself pathetic for not being able to refuse. He relied on Saki, unable to tell her that she didn't need to do that. He tried to hold back, but his sobs eventually gave way. Even when the doctor came, realizing that Toru was awake, Toru was still crying. Help. As you'd expect, I do remember this. You guys are close friends. It was true that it was an embarrassing memory, and I wasn't particularly eager for anyone to see it, but I was already prepared for this when I asked you all to follow me to where Maya was. Although just because I was prepared didn't mean it wasn't embarrassing, or that I didn't sigh at how pathetic I was. I really am pathetic, aren't I? Yeah. So important that I almost unconsciously tried to follow after her. Club Prez gave me a "it can't be helped" along with a wry smile. I'm sister obsessed, and that's just how it is. Although that also applies to Saki and not just Maya. I sat down heavily on the sofa and looked up at the ceiling, sighing. She was a part of me, and suddenly she was completely gone. I didn't remember, so I couldn't understand. I'm not forcing myself. I do look pathetic, but that's me, and you already saw that anyway. There's no point in hiding this from you guys anymore. Besides, in a weird way, we're now even. I knew similar things about Saki and Club Prez. Yeah, I saw some of their shit too. Saki wasn't the only one who hated reality. Alice was searching through her pockets, inside her shoes, and under her collar, but it seemed she couldn't find what she was looking for. She looked on the table, under plates, and even nibbled at some of the cakes to see if one was inside. Yeah, that's the reason. But she found nothing. Club Prez left Alice to it and faced me again. No, I was admitted into the hospital again. For a different reason this time. Since my IV was so haphazardly pulled out, it was entirely reasonable to assume I was losing a lot of blood, but I think it was because I'd grown weak. But there was a problem that I hadn't taken care of yet. Or I guess I should say it hadn't taken care of itself yet. I was finally able to recently, but there was something else. Clepress seemed to have guessed what it was, so she came up to the sofa and leaned her elbows against it from behind.
この頃のトールってまだメガネかけてないのよね。そのメガネも伊達だからいらないって言えばいらないんだけど。
The grounding. As Saki and Alice gasped. All of this was why I started having lucid dreams. The scenery spun around. Oh, well, So, dude. So, I'm just like the whole Maya disappearing thing. Like it's really like she just straight up disappeared and then became part of the dream. The way Saki described it, like I get it. It's just like a kid, like a little folk tale lore thing. But like, even folk tales have some truth in them, right? At least some truth. But it's just so the place without Maya became reality. And anywhere with Maya had to be a dream. Toru understood that. No. It was precisely because he understood it that he'd been able to return to reality. If he hadn't, he wouldn't have been able to come back. As a result, Toru became able to tell when he was dreaming. It wasn't just that he could remember his dreams clearly. He could also tell that he was dreaming while in the middle of the dream. Toru was lying in bed, exhausted. He felt like he might pass out at any moment. But he couldn't. If he did, he would have another happy dream.
そんなに疲れているなら寝てしまえばいいのに。
What? Who's there? What? Toru didn't think anyone was there. Surprised, he sat up in bed. His weak body seemed to creak as he moved, but it wasn't a big deal. His heart hurt a lot more. Whoa!
ごめん。ちょっと隠れさせてね。
Hold the hoozle. Hold the hoozle, dude! Hide. Just then, Toru finally noticed that kid was wearing pajamas and was probably a hospital patient like him. And they have blue text as well. Like a certain somebody we know. Oh my god. You won't get better if you don't behave.
よくなりもしないのに勝手もさせてもらえないんじゃ余計に悪くなっちゃうじゃない。
And they may or may not sound incredibly similar or almost the same. Oh my god. The unfamiliar girl gave a wry smile.
話し相手になってくれない。いくら僕が病院に慣れてるからって暇なものは暇なんだよ。
Dude, I'm ready. Oh my god. Why was she talking like a boy even though she was obviously a girl? I thought you told me to go to sleep.
寝るなら出るけど君寝たくなさそうじゃないか。
Yeah, but I could push the nurse call button, you know.
そしたら君も寝なさいって言われるだろうね。そんな白い顔してるんだから。
Dude, oh my nose, so much is happening in this episode. Maybe, but who are you anyway?
ただの暇人だよ。ついでに悩み相談くらいは乗るよ。暇つぶしの話の内容は正直何でもいいんだ。
Do people usually talk about their worries with complete strangers? Hey, if no one else is there, man.
見ず知らずの相手だからするんだよ。第三者的に無責任な答えを返せるからね。
I get that. You look about the same age as me.
若いからこその柔軟な意見を返せるとも言うね。
The way the girl confidently put a hand on her chest reminded Toru of Maya, and his expression became a little sad.
僕が邪魔で辛いなら出るけど。
It's not that. The girl tilted her head. She was sitting on the edge of Toru's bed, dangling her legs.
あとはほら、同じ年くらいの入院仲間っていないんだ。だから構ってほしい。
Eye colors are different, though. Like, this is all wiggling my head, brain. I'm surprised that's all it takes for you to enter some other person's room without their permission. What if I was someone dangerous?
僕に何かするつもりかな？それはそれでいい暇つぶしになりそうだな。
Oh no! No! What are you imagining when you say something?
そう、なんだろう。下手なことすると僕死ぬよ。そりゃもう、あっさり永遠のおいとまをいただくことになるね。
Woo! Don't talk like that.
ごめんごめん。でも、そんな事情でもなければ、長期入院なんてしてないよ。
Oh, she's accepted it's a possibility. Oh my god. Then you should really go back to your room.
暇で死ぬ。
Though Toru thought this was an awful joke, he sighed in sympathy. Fine, whatever, so... Oh, yeah, what's your name?
どうしようか。
What? What do you mean?
いや、ここでうっかり名前を教えて、君が後でナースさんか先生の誰かに密告しないかと心配で。
Granted, we're strangers, but do you really think I would do that? I don't mind if we just call each other, hey you, but you're bored, aren't you? And I'll probably be staying in the hospital for a little while. Oh, said the girl, looking at Toru with shining eyes. So if we're going to speak on a regular basis, wouldn't it be better if we knew each other's names? Uh-huh.
なるほど。確かにな。それじゃあ自己紹介といこうか。
You son of a bitch game.
僕は
What are you gonna... You son of a bitch. You son of a bitch game! Fuck you! Fuck you, game! Damn it! Damn you! All this was why I started having lucid dreams.
なるほどね。夢から覚めたからこそ夢がわかるようになっちゃったのか。人の脳ってほんと適当ね。
Dude, the human brain's weird. I felt dizzy as if I just had a moment of static in my brain.
先輩、大丈夫ですか？
Just the guy with his hands on his head like, ooh. Like, just... Yeah? I felt like I had seen something just now. What had I seen? How much of my dream did we see?
何かってサキちゃんがどうしてトールの妹になったのかっていうのは見てたけど。
Something happened after that. I could have swore. So only I saw that. Oh my god. Alice finally found a key under a teapot and held it up. I completely forgot what I was wondering about. No! All that was left was the unease of having forgotten something. You don't!
それ、どこに行く鍵なんですかね？
Dude. Herzog asked calmly as she modestly clapped her hands. Alice froze, still holding the key aloft. We couldn't see any more of my dream. I didn't know what would happen if we stayed here and were shown the next dream. Well, it doesn't really matter. I stood up and yanked the key away from Alice.
いや、どこでもいいってそうかな。
Even if we stay here, we won't be able to reach the dream, so it would be faster if we acted more proactively. I tossed around the key in my palm. We can also do this. I took my cell phone out of my pocket and removed Maya's ring from it. Oh, there. Oh. Then I attached it to the key like it was a keychain. The part that hadn't rusted, shone in the light. And we can try it as many times as we need to. When I stuck the key into the door, it clicked open, even though the key had a different shape than usual.
ちょっと待ちなさいよ。一人で行く気？
I was afraid of what would happen if we stayed here and saw the continuation of that dream. Oh, so I stepped through the doors as though running away. I heard everyone hurrying after me, so I stepped into the dream. Dude. So... Oh my god.
いつだったっけ？知らない男の部屋にのこのこ入ってきて、不死だらな、ということを君は言ったことがあったよね。
She even has a hair clip thing on the same side of the foot. I never said that. Tober's face looked tired as usual. Dude, I was gonna stop, but I ain't stopping yet. Even though he slept, he couldn't get any rest, so that gradually wore away his mind. That was why he was in the hospital. And that girl had developed the habit of sneaking into Tober's hospital room when Saki or his family weren't there.
あれだ。君が僕に手を出したら死ぬなんてのは大げさだし、どうでもいいとは全く思わないんだけどね。ただ別にね、僕は死ぬなら死ぬでいいと思っているんだよ。
No, I can't handle more pain. Here, said the girl as she set down an apple she'd been peeling as she talked on the side of the table. Why would dying be okay? Tober picked up one of the neatly cut pieces of apple. This girl sometimes took care of Tober like this, but she never ate anything herself.
どうしてだい？君も、君だけじゃない。ここに来る人は辛い思いをしても生きてるじゃないか。なんで人は辛いのに生きているんだろうね。
Because people want to experience life. When you're dead, it's over. What else is there? You'd rather die?
どっちでもいい。
Her expression looked very natural, and she was smiling like usual. Don't you have things you want to do? Or things you desire? Or hopes? Or dreams? Don't say dreams.
知らない。いつ倒れるかわからない身だしね。
Huh? Go back to your room. I don't want you to collapse here.
なら、ここでは倒れないようにするよ。
Tober clutched his face in response to the girl who wouldn't leave.
トールは死にたくなさそうだね。どうしてかな？
Why do you even need to ask?
いろいろ僕は君から聞いたよね。大事な妹さんの話も、傷つけてしまった大切な幼馴染の話も聞いた。
She peered into Tober's eyes, causing the bed to creak. She smelled like hospital disinfectant, even more than Tober did. She didn't have a girl smell like Saki or Maya.
極端な話だ。トールの場合はさ、いっそ幸せな夢を見たまま死んでしまった方が幸せなんじゃないのかい？
The music straight stopped when she said this. Every night I had a happy dream of Maya, and I was unlucky enough to be able to recognize my dreams as dreams immediately, so I could tell just how fake they were right away. I was afraid of sleeping, but I wanted to. But Maya was gone in the waking world. Although I already knew that, the loneliness of that realization made my chest hurt. Well, the girl waited for my answer. You're right. It's painful without Maya, so I'd like to die. Oh! That's what I answered at the time. But I was wrong. I felt dizzy. What was I seeing? Was I looking down at myself, or was I in the bed? I couldn't tell. And yet, here, Had to admit it. Huh. Well, the girl waited for my answer. Oh. The idiot said that it was painful without Maya, so he would like to die. That couldn't be right, seeing it's a different text. Dude, what is this game? It's painful without Maya. Without Maya. My mouth wouldn't move right.
辛くてどうなんだい
I would like to die. Maybe that would be easier. Even though I thought that. I still want to live. That's right. Toru Naito, said that from the bottom of my heart. I was sure I knew who the girl in front of me was, but I couldn't remember. Even though I'd seen her many times, the current me couldn't remember. Damn it. But I couldn't lie to her.
本気みたいだね
I am. Jeez, what kind of dream are you trying to show me? I stroked her face and brushed her hair. My body creaked nonchalantly. Everything was crazy, but I managed to take control of this dream. This was a dream based on my memories in the hospital, but I was no longer passively watching. I had become myself.
夢ってトル君まさか
It's the current me. I'm on my way to get Saki back, but it's my fault for being wrong here from the very beginning. I didn't know who she was, even though I'd seen her many times. I couldn't remember her at all. But I knew I had been wrong to say it in front of her. And even if it was a dream, I was gonna redo it. Listen to me. There's no way a dream would be better or happier so that I would want to die, okay? Even if there was a possibility of that dream becoming reality, that's just running away. What good would running away do? Eventually, you either can't run away anymore, or you don't even know what you're running from. At least I won't run away anymore. No matter how painful it is, even if I want to cry and start over, I won't run away into a dream.
何が君をそこまで言わせるのかな強いからだとしたら誰もがトールみたいに強いわけがない
Are you blind? Do I look strong to you? Of course I'm not. If I were, this never would have happened in the first place. I would have accepted Maya's death, and I would be standing on my own 2 feet.
じゃあどうして
Because of Saki. Damn, I wasn't strong by myself. I wouldn't have been able to tell dreams from reality, and I probably would have gone to where Maya was if left to my own devices. Even though Maya wouldn't be there. What did I make Saki do? How much did I make her cry? So how can I say on top of that it's painful and I just want to die? Fuck that! Yeah! It's my fault that Saki wasn't able to remain my childhood friend. It's my fault that after Maya died and one of the 3 of us was gone, I made Saki make up for it. It was because I was unreliable that Saki just threw away her own place and took up Maya's place to support me.
だから死ねないあの子に申し訳がないから逃げられない
It's not just that. That was part of it, of course, but there was more to it. Saki was as important to me as Maya. It would be too pathetic of me to keep being supported by her, right? So I, at least, want to stand up by myself and save her. Until then, I can't die. I don't want to die, and I don't want to run away. I wanted to protect Saki. The girl watched me with a smile I couldn't read at all.
本当に難儀だね
It's pretty rough. I'm gonna do it anyway.
そっかどうやら君は一つの答えにたどり着いたみたいだ羨ましい限りだねけれど彼女はどうかな
Huh? The girl stood up, got down from my bed, and stared at my face.
いい答えを出せることを願っているよ それまで僕は君を見ていよう。
At the end, she giggled and snapped her fingers. Whoa! Oh my god. See, you know it's bad when I start deliriously laughing like a mad person. Oh god, I need a break because of my heart. My heart and brain, they hurt. Mostly the heart, though. Oh, the brain's trying to work overtime. But see, the thing with this game, I'm not even trying to guru it. I'm not trying. Like, I'll think about things, whatever, but I'm not actively trying to guru because I just want to just go through the story and have it tell me things. That's just how I'm doing it now. Oh my god, this was a good one. This was amazing.